where Oyibo they buy food. That is the problem where the person don't understand. There is one thing you don't understand. You see, Louis Ojukwu. You know Ojukwu, late Ojukwu's father, Louis Ojukwu. You know he's the first transporter in Nigeria.
Yes, I know.
And he's the first person that you know when he was alive. You know that Ijigo, Oyibo, what they call it, Oyibo. That place, that Ido Park. You know that he get Ido Park.
I know.
You know if you go to Ido Park, you go see Yoruba, you go see Hausa, you go see Igbo. You know most of his properties all over. You see them. Every tribe did it. You know, he's a detribalized Nigeria because he's a businessman. You understand? And you know Louis Ojukwu that time, you know he's the only major transporter to John Holtz. All those white companies where they come to Nigeria. You know that he bring Leventis to Nigeria. Most big companies. You know Igbo man, nobody say he want to become president or minister. You know Louis Ojukwu was offered to be minister and he refused. He said he don't want to be a politician. But he funded NCNC. That is an Igbo man. Had he been Buhari supported, bring Igbo to his, they would have even supported his government. By now, Daura, his village, somebody would have gone there to build oil refinery reserves. Because then they get where money. And this man just sit down like an archaic person. And the people who are around him, they are old people. That's why we are suffering now. You know, during Jonathan, despite his fault, fuel was not as costly as this. Neighboring countries were getting their fuel. Nigerians were happy.
Yes.
Dollars was not as high as this, but we are not having any problem.
Yes.
We have reserve, we have everything. But all of a sudden, Buhari say I don't go do with Igbo. And he was even showing the hatred towards them. And that is why they look up. Showing them hatred. If you go the whole of Broad Street now, William Street for Island, all those big buildings are Igbo people will get there now. Yoruba streets they said they don't get shop. And these are people that would have helped you to move your economy. Just sit down and say I don't want to do anything with them. Okay, go now. Go.
So you really know that Nigeria is actually going down?
We are not moving forward now, Chief. Because Buhari was sitting on the time bomb, waiting to explode. And people don't know. I'm afraid now that by next year, you know, I've started processing my documents. By next year, I'll leave Nigeria and I'll not come back again.
No. If you leave Nigeria, where are we going to run to?
You are even talking about, do you know that in my village now, 1,000 naira, if you give 1,000 naira to person, but if you like say you don't carry 1 million, give out.
Yes, man.
People are hungry.
People are hungry. And demand doesn't
They're hungry everywhere. And the problem is that he's not doing anything. You see? You need to have done something that people say, this is what I have done. He has not done anything. We are not moving forward. We are stagnated. Saying that this. No.
This Osibanjo case, so they want to force the man out, or what is actually happening with Osibanjo?
Osibanjo will go.
Yes, because of
the northern oligarchy. You know, Buhari is not representing the north. Northerners are not happy with him. He has not done He has not done anything for Northerners. You know, we are not happy with Buhari.
That's why they kidnapped his Royal Highness.
He is not even that. They don't even want to have anything to do with him. Let him go. You see, do you know that PDP and APC will not form the next government? You don't know. Because if Buhari go, now APC will go. You know when you are president, you are the leader of the party. What has it done to unite APC? APC is dead, PDP is dead. So what the Northerners are doing now is that there is an ongoing mobilization in the North. You will see that they will present a Northern candidate at Ibowan as vice president. That is all. You see?
And not candidate. Yes, so the presidency will continue to reside in the North.
In the North, because the Buhari is not representing Northerners, he is representing Yoruba people. You see, there is one thing people don't understand. This high hatred division in Nigeria. Now Buhari the cause of
now
Buhari the cause of because after that coup in 1966, Buhari Shagari came as president. Who was his vice president?
Igbo man.
So and you know when Shagari left, when Babangida came in that 8 years, who the majority of businessmen that flourished during Babangida are Igbo people.
Yes.
Did we die? You know, Northerners, you know, Yoruba man can sit with you now. He is killing you, but you don't know. But an Igbo man can open his mind, tell you that this is what I'm going to do, and he'll do it. You can usually know where he's going. Yoruba that have agenda. You your side, eat amala, but he's going to kill you today. You know that we Northerners, we would prefer to move with Igbos than Yoruba.
Yeah.
You know, we've never been in good time with Yoruba.
Except this marriage of covenant, Tinubu broke out. And now they are trying to use Abakari to push out Osibajo.
Yes, and he's succeeding. They don't sack all Osibajo's state now. Even his own PA now and our house man, they won't bring for him. You know Osibajo is a tribalistic person. You know that those 32 aides they sacked recently, all of them are Yoruba.
But Buhari is tribalistic too. It doesn't have anything to do with you.
Let me tell you one thing, Chief. Buhari don't even know what is happening in his government. You don't even know, because you know that there are some ministers, you don't even know them. You don't even know how they got appointed. You understand? Just like Oyema, that Minister of Foreign Affairs. You know Buhari don't know him. Inugu people, where he come from, they didn't know him. You know, Oyema was a classmate to Abakari in the UK. That was how Abakari brought him. Are you telling me they don't have APC people that voted for Abakari? Are you telling me that there are no APC members in Enugu? George Moghalu, who contested, you know, George Moghalu has never changed party. He has been a Buhari, ardent Buhari, listen. He has been following Buhari since 2003. George Moghalu. What Buhari did was he sidelined George Moghalu for more than 5 years. It is just last month they gave him a MD of National Inland Waterways. That's why they're supposed to give minister. Osita Okechukwu was Buhari's spokesman. From 2000, he has never changed party before. People thought Buhari would even give minister. He didn't give him. Look at Chubo Akadibo. You know Chubo Akadibo was killed because of Buhari. Because of Buhari, that was how they killed Chubo Akadibo. And Chubo Akadibo predicted to Buhari that he would become president one day, but he might not be alive that time. But what Buhari should have done, he would have picked Chubo Akadibo, 2 of his children, give one ambassador, give one minister or special advisor. At least the Igbos will start seeing the sense of belonging in him. Like Ojukwu, when Buhari lost the election in 2003, do you know Ojukwu drove from Abuja to Katsina to go and visit Buhari? You know Ojukwu taught Buhari and co when in the military school. He was their instructor now. What Buhari should have done, he would have picked Ojukwu, one of his sons, and his wife, and give them appointment. Even minister first. You know, Igbos would have started saying, look at Umezweke. All those Igbos, look at Micah Hamba. You know Micah Hamba supported Buhari down to Supreme Court. He didn't do anything for Micah Hamba. Look at Tam David West, who supported Buhari all his life. In fact, he's not doing anything.
That David West, that is my greatest problem with Buhari. That Tam David West, somebody who has suffered all through.
Yes, wrote book for Buhari says. As I'm talking to you that time, David West is on wheelchair in Ibadan. Buhari has never visited him. He is like that, and that is why you see that Nigerians, they don't even know where we are going.
But
you say this.
But people are there supporting the man. See, you at least. Yeah, there was something I was writing to you 2 or 3 days ago. I campaigned and fought for Buhari. 2015.
I know now. I know that time.
2015. But now, I don't want to hear that name at all.
You know the guy, it was later people come to discover that it was actually the Agbo that was the president of Nigeria. It's not Buhari. You see? The guy, you know God. If God has destined you to become somebody in life, you definitely be. But Buhari is not for this generation at all. At all. He has lost contact with the generation. You see? when Atiku and Obasanjo came, they sold all government property. What Buhari should have done, he would have been reviewing
all those transactions.
All those things they say. Look at Anamco in Enugu. You know Anamco, now then they do 14-14 for us. They go spread the shares in Anamco. Buhari would have reviewed Anamco. You know, Buhari, you know, an Igbo man, I will keep continue telling you, Igbo man don't want to be president. They just want an enabling environment where they can do their business. Just don't make life difficult for them. Carry your asshole up, they go. But don't touch their business, their lifestyle. You see? Now, most of them, if you come to First Act now, Nigeria they just drink about. Most of them, they just want this man make he carry wahala they go. Because they don't know where to. Because the man is making life difficult for everybody.
You know, since 4 years now, no single foreign company has entered this country in manufacturing.
So go and do what?
No.
Do you have road? Do you have road? Do you have light? Let us be friends. If you want to travel from Lagos now to Abuja, it's a nightmare. There is no road.
It's security.
If you want to leave First Act now to Badagry, you spend 8 hours, you never reach Badagry. Yeah?
All these things, I just don't know.
See our teaching hospital, they are dead. There is no good teaching hospital now again in Nigeria.
Yes.
Look at our schools, universities. You know, it's under his government now. People are just opening universities anyhow because he has lost control. Buhari don't even know what they are doing in educational center. He don't even know anything. He's just sitting down battling with his health. I'll make you resign, make you go sit down and make them bring somebody. You know, it is leadership. It's somebody's leadership spirit that will move this country forward. You don't have that spirit that will move this country forward. You see?
But why are they not allowing people like you with so much vast knowledge about this country to be nearer to the seat of power? Why?
There is one thing, you see, Chief, there is one thing I want you to understand. Do you know that in olden days, I'm a small boy, but do you know that in olden days, do you know First Bank, UBA, Union Bank, and African? You know, these are what they call government banks in olden days.
Yes.
You know, they are the issuance of government treasury bill. CBN, their policy is a government bank that formulates policies. The First Bank in olden days, a security man in First Bank is a staff of the bank. Driver of First Bank or UBA, they are staff of the bank. Then when the Obasanjo came, they sold government shares from all those banks. Now, do you know that Nigeria don't have a national bank? In olden days, you know we have IMB, this International Merchant Bank, that facilitates Nigerian foreign investment, Nigerian foreign trade.
Intercontinental.
We don't have that again. The central bank. This man just they collect money they keep for central bank. For who? Eh? And people are hungry. You know what Buhari should have done? He would have even called like ABC Transport, all those GO, all those Young Shall Grow, and tell them that we want to start federal urban mass transit. If you want to leave Lagos now to Owerri, it should be 1,000 naira. You know, you have reduced hardship from people. Give them allocation, waiver, make them they bring diesel to Nigeria. You know that a lot of people would have been employed. There would have been, a lot of things. You understand? Now, everybody when own transport company, I they fuel them. Now they follow the cost of the disturb them. Road no good. This one. Okay, what have you even done to subsidize the suffering of Nigeria? Nothing. Eh? If you go Abuja now, no street light, no traffic light, and he has ministers. Eh?
And they are
we can't continue. We can't continue like this now. Look at our research institute. They are not doing anything. If I tell you one thing now, Chief, you'll be surprised. Do you know that Northeast, you know they have 6 states from Borno, Adamawa, Yobe, Taraba, Bauchi, Gombe.
Yeah.
Do you know they have only one teaching hospital? Which is Maiduguri University Teaching Hospital.
One teaching hospital?
They have only one teaching hospital. That is the Maiduguri University Teaching Hospital. You don't know?
Hey.
They don't even have state teaching hospital. You know, like in the southeast, you have an Ojukuju University Teaching Hospital. Abia has. Then they have Enugu. Do you know that they have only one teaching hospital in the northeast, and his wife is from there. And Buhari has spent more than 4 years. He didn't even think of establishing a teaching hospital in the northeast, even in Adamawa or Bauchi or Gombe. Okay, in the whole region, Nigeria, which people they need health in Nigeria? Maybe that northeast, where people Boko Haram they kill everybody every day. And he has Boko Haram member in his government. The current National Security Advisor is a Boko Haram member. Because who they do Boko Haram? Maybe Kanuri people. Who is the chief of staff to the president? Is a Kanuri man. The National Security Advisor is a Kanuri man. GMD of NNPC is a Kanuri man. Minister of State for Agri is a Kanuri man. Who are the Boko Haram? Kanuri people. Chief of staff is Chief of Army Staff is from Borno State. So tell me, why are we still having Boko Haram? If you have National Security Advisor, Chief of Army Staff, all from Northeast, GMD of NNPC from Northeast. Buhari is not in control now. The high rate of discontentment in his government, we need to tell ourselves the truth. Currently, look at all these oil regulatory agencies, northerners, then the older. So the south people, so they don't have any qualified person to hold the oil regulatory agency, NNPC, Department of Petroleum Resources, PPPRA, Petroleum Price Regulatory Agency, Petroleum Equalization Fund, PTDF, Petroleum Technology Development Fund. They all regulate now, northerners you go see. And that thing, you just sit down. Is it not a time bomb?
In fact,
I don't really understand. And Buhari has never paid an official state visit to any state in Nigeria in the last 5 years. Unless when you want to campaign. You know, familiarization, so you need to visit a state, spend 5 days, visit federal government institutions, see what is their problem, even travel by road, see their challenges. You just sit down for one place. Upon ministers, they just sit there to chop money. Fashola open his dirty mouth. Therefore, they're telling us that Nigeria road is not as bad as people are talking about. God punish him, Papa.
and social media is flooded with pictures of impassable roads.
They even show a road now in Surulere that leads to his house. It's a federal road, very bad road. The road is not good from Orele to Bodetomo. That road don't break now, sir. People know they pass the road. And he's just sitting there. You know that his father's house is behind that road.
Hey, so you know so much like this, and you have been fighting me and threatening me with arrest all this while. You know all this. You know all this is.
The man, you know the problem where Buhari gets
that somebody poured beer on me 2014 in the village here because of that man. No, it's really pathetic. See, as I sit here, every day the Indian companies keep calling me what is happening. I say Nigeria is in doldrum. Nothing is moving forward. Nothing is moving back. We are just going backward. Nothing. Since 2014 or 2015, no foreign company has entered this country. No manufacturing foreign company has entered this country. Nothing.
Now you go manufacture. What do you want to manufacture?
No materials at 360 something naira to $1. Even you reach 520 naira to $1.
Sometimes. That is not the problem. That is not even the problem. An Igbo man, even if you say dollar is 1,000 naira, you get his money and get out of Nigeria. But that is not the problem. But create an enabling environment. Do you know that in Festac, call your wife and ask her, for the past 1 week now, we know to get light.
In Festac?
No light.
No light in Festac?
There is no light. They brought light yesterday for 30 minutes. They took the light. Brought it back again for 30 minutes. They took the light. As I'm talking to you, we don't have light.
So everybody will be burning generator.
Generator. Every block of flat now is like factory. Hey. And you are the largest country in Africa.
Hey.
If Buhari say okay, what Buhari should have done, he would have called Igbo people like first like now. Call one big man, the Igbo man, say, I want to give you, make it give light to first touch. If make the give light to maybe they pay 10,000 naira, people will pay. If that light is constant 24 hours, why wouldn't I pay? We will know the travel now. Now when people they travel. Is it?
It's really one chance we enter. What is annoying me most is that there are no people around Buhari to tell him the truth. The people that are supposed to tell him the truth are praising him. Again, if you look at Facebook or social media, since I came, I've been fighting a lot of people on social media because they keep praising this making head. This is the way they misled Rocha Sokrocha. They misled him to start thinking that he was God and that everything in Imo revolved around his family. The same thing is happening. Every small thing they are posting. I don't know whether there are so many youths in Imo that are not doing anything. They just you just shove through the net with your phone. You do anything on the net. That is what I see that is happening. So we need people that are just in a big. We're in a big mess. I'm telling you. And upon that, Tinubu is preparing. Where Abakari has he has made that comment. He has given that remark that Tinubu will not be a bad idea. You know, that is not a newcomer. So Tinubu is warming up. I doubt whether if a Yoruba man takes over mantle of rulership with this country. We even prefer, you see, let me tell you, we prefer a South person to be president of Nigeria than a Yoruba man. No Yoruba man just kill Nigeria, chief. Now he destroyed this country, man. Where we are today. Now Obasanjo destroy Nigeria now. But now Buhari is burying it. If Obasanjo destroyed it, Buhari is burying it. If you see, what Buhari should have done, he would have come back, you know, reshape Nigeria to his back glory. But it's not his fault because he don't even know where to start from. You see? Somebody who spent 9 months, he didn't appoint ministers. That ministers are noise makers. In the world, I've never seen, in the world, when you elect president, within 24 hours, you appoint his ministers. You see? It's only Buhari we know. No, Buhari should not be for this generation. He's not for us. He should not be for this. Somebody who was, I think in 2015 or so, he was 72, is it? 76 years. In 2016, he was supposed to be 80, but he's 75. See, let me tell you one thing. See, whomever you see, chief, committing crime, you know, it's one circumstances that will lead someone to commit crime. You don't know? Yes, as it is now. You know, they say an idle man is a devil workshop. That is what happening here in this match. If Nigeria should be a developing country where things are happening, you will not see people going to commit crime now. Now most people are leaving school now are yahoo. So because there are no activities, somebody who is coming out of school is in school, here in teacher they sit down for beer parlor. So how do you want him to grow up as because you see, let me tell you one thing. Most countries you see high rate of crime. You discover that it is one thing that will subject them to be doing that. If nobody wants to be a criminal now. You understand? But the problem now is that our institutions are not functioning. And people have to survive. You understand? That is what people don't understand. You see? Now, in Nigeria now, as I'm talking to you, do you know this Baba Ijebu? You know in days, people that do Baba Ijebu, they're just old men, retirees. People are old. You know that there was no Baba Ijebu. It was pool betting. Yes, pool betting. Now, do you know that in Lagos now, in Festac now, even in my clothes now, we have Bet Niger. We have so many things that are going on. And the children are not doing anything. That is what they are going to make fast, quick money. You understand? Quick money. Yahoo. And because there is they are not doing anything. No activities. No factory. A child will wake up in the morning, he don't have any place to go. Somebody wake up, he was brought up in a block of flats. He's still staying in a block of flats at the age of 35 with his parents. You understand? Why would he go and commit crime? Yeah? You know, there are a lot of things. You know,
you have to put a lot of institutions in place to curb criminality. You know, Southern America, you know that is the worst place you see the worst criminals in the world. This one, there is no crime here now. You know, the thing where they happen in Mexico, in Brazil, in all those places. Because they kill more than 100 people at once. Because the institutions are decaying. And if the institutions are decaying, likewise, human mind will be decaying. That's what people don't understand. Is it? If in a village that you're supposed to travel within 45 minutes, you are spending 5 hours. Your mental faculty will not be stable.
And you are not safe even within the 5 hours. You are not safe on
You are not safe. You understand? You know, you are in the East. You see somebody, he has to go and hire security to guide him. Because there is no security. Yeah, I don't know. Buhari came now in the last 5 years. He has not built any police barrack for police to live. Police is owned by federal government. In Imo, did you see any police barrack in Imo State that was recently built?
Nowhere. The thing is that Buhari is a mistake. In the history of this country, it's a big mistake.
But we cannot hide. The only thing is just so that we'll be supporting.
We can't continue like this. We have come to restore Biafra or die restoring Biafra. Family. Achi Biafra no gaga water. One is the push beer the one I go. You think you want that guy come one? Can answer this guy you please. So then he guy will be better. I say your club. Achi to mad, Achi to nama. Mbo fodo, mad ga usia nama nanya. Only a poor, I see with the we can't continue like this. We have come to restore Biafra or die restoring Biafra. Aga. Ethiopia Gani Baga, Ethiopia Gani Baga, Ethiopia Gani Baga, Ethiopia Gani Baga, Umuchineka Jawi Baga, Ethiopia Gani Baga, Anige Buso Baga.
Unstoppable. We are the children of Biafra. We are undeniable. Can't you see the handwriting of God in the wall? Can't you hear the sound of the marching of our foot? We are going home. They took our brothers and sisters, they put them in jail. Without trial or court case, they are killing our fathers, our mothers every day. They are killing us in number. They want to stop our freedom. But the Elohim say no, that my people must go. Give us our freedom. Give us our freedom. It's right of the people that cheated for their freedom. When you're not with them any good, give us our freedom. And you say we are asking for too much. The freedom of our people, the life of innocent souls. The over 3 million people you kill because of genocide you're committing every day in our land. Elohim say we must go home. We love our mother's land, Biafra, oh oh. The land of rising sun, the blessed land of our Biafra. We are going home. Whether the enemy's blessings or not, we are going home. By the name of Chukwu, oh, we are free. Whether the enemy likes it or not, freedom, we are going. Freedom, we are free. No enemy can stop what Chukwu and we are going. We believe in the name of Chukwu. Chukwu no one can match you with Chukwu Ikabiama. The God of Biafra is powerful. His name is Elohim. We have nothing in common with you. Our culture is different from your own. Know it now. Our dressing is so different. We are different people. Let my people go. Go, go, go. We are the children of Biafra. We are unstoppable. We are the children of Biafra. We are untiable. Can't you see?
This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London. I welcome each and every one of you. I say good morning, good morning, good afternoon, this is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London. I welcome each and every one of you, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to all and sundry, depending on your time zone. Sorry, I need to regulate something. I don't know. There is a static noise. Please do not go away.
Can't you hear the sound of the marching of our foot? We are going home by the name of Chukwudi Kabiama. Whether the enemy's life is or not, we are going home by the name of Chukwudi Kabiama. We are free. Whether the enemy likes it or not, freedom, we are going freedom in the name of Chukwudi Kabiama. We are free. We are free in the name of Chukwudi. If you believe, say this with me. When we have no bomb, you call us terrorists. When we have no gun, you are shooting us. When we move around the streets with our flag, you call us terrorists. Tell me now, let me know. Innocent protesters moving around the streets, you call them terrorists. What about us raping our mothers, killing our brothers, raping our sisters, killing our fathers, killing innocent souls? What will you call those people? I ask you, Mr. Right. Your people are walking free in the street with their rights, killing our fathers and mothers, taking their lives away from them, claiming the ownership of another man's land. Is that right? What do you do? You did nothing. We are fighting for our rights. We are fighting for our freedom. It's our right to protect our mother's land. Fellow your friends, lift your legs up. We are going up. We are going up. Land of your
Platform. You give, you receive, from mutual benefits. Today is the 6th day of January 2021, being Wednesday. Therefore, welcome to Radio Biafra House of Service, coming to you through Radio Biafra London. Our leader is indefatigable, Maazin Nnamdi Okuchukwu Kanu, who has sacrificed everything in order to make sure that people are liberated from that dungeon. You know, the worst thing is this: when you are suffering, you don't even know that you are suffering. Being in bondage, you don't even know that you are living in bondage. That is the worst part of it. You know, you might be doing anything, just like, for example, being in a small animal, being in a moving vehicle, like a mosquito. For example, you are driving at a high speed, whereas there is a mosquito in the car. The mosquito will be flying like normal inside the vehicle. You will not know that he is in a very moving object. You will not understand. That is how some people are. They are in bondage, they are in slavery, but they don't know, they don't recognize it. They say, oh, but we are eating, we are doing our things, no problem. Why do you say that we are in bondage? Because you know what? They don't understand what it means to be free. They have never tasted it. They don't know the difference. That is it. Recognition of slavery is not easy. I'm telling you honestly. Recognition of slavery is not easy. It's just like, I used to give this example all the time. It's just like when you go to the poultry farm, you see chickens huddled up in their various rooms.